everyone. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to be here with you guys once more. I am here with one of our speakers on the expert panelist session at the upcoming Entrepreneurs Living the Dream, Karlon Johnson. It's such a
hmm
pleasure to have you here with us, Karlon, and we
Yes.
look forward to what you have to share with us today. Thank you so much once more.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you. And if you're tuning in for the first time, this is a series where I interview speakers and expert panelists who are going to be there at the Unity and Service event titled Entrepreneurs Living the Dreams Atlanta 2025 Conference. So, first of all, I would like to ask, this is one of the first time that I'm seeing you do this. And I want
Okay.
to ask you, why did you say yes to speaking at this conference? What was your yes and what was your reason?
The yes and the reason rather is because BBIF Capital's business model that we have here in Florida, we're actually looking to replicate that in Georgia. We've been operating in Georgia for about roughly 3 years now, and the hope is that with me speaking on the panel, I can bring our expertise on what we've been doing here in Florida for 38 years now into the state of Florida, which is
Yeah.
empowering those business owners into knowing how to get access to capital, the free consulting services that we offer, how to ultimately expand their business. I know they hear that a lot. Though on the other side, it's the financial literacy component in that an initiative that I actually lead here nationally and also virtually too within BBIF is that not only do I speak to the personal aspect of personal finance, I also blend it in with business finance too, because they both work hand in hand. So I want to make sure that all business owners within the state of Georgia itself understand that and how BBIF can really help them grow and achieve their business growth.
I want to say that there's no better place for you to do that than the platform that Unity in Service has right now. And I'm sure that everyone is going to be excited to hear what you have to share because you're talking about giving them a means to getting capital, and it's
Yes.
exciting you have to share with us. So thank you again for sharing that, leading me to my next question,
Mhm.
which is um in 3 minutes or less. I know you've already told us, but I would like you to tell us in less than 3 minutes how you serve humanity.
Yeah. So how we came about and how we started at BBIF, then I can roll that into myself. We started 38 years ago, similar to what happened with, unfortunately, happened with George Floyd about 5 years ago during the pandemic. There was a public lynching of a black man in the South Florida area here in Florida, and there were riots happening, and the government was trying to understand why these riots were happening. And essentially, they came together and they said, okay, we're going to create some economic empowerment within the Black community or the BIPOC community as a whole, in which they established seven, I'll call them Black Business Development Corps, in which of the seven, BBIF Capital was one of them. And
Mm.
since that time, from 1987 to present day, we're not only the most aggressive, we're also one of maybe two or three left that have been serving the BIPOC community with economic development, access to capital, etc. So we offer business capital from a minimum of 10,000 up to 2 million, while also offering those free consulting services too. And how I essentially step into essentially serving humanity is through the financial literacy initiative I mentioned in the previous question. I
Mm.
started the initiative 3 years ago, going on four now, and I partnered with uh, district leaders here in Orange County, all throughout the state of Florida, to really go into our communities and let them know whether they're a consumer looking to get into business or they're already in business, how and why financial literacy is very important, not only for themselves personally, also on the business side too, because again, they coincide with one another. And getting the traditional capital from your larger financial institutions, such as your banks or credit unions, is not as easy. And BBIF makes it easy as a community development financial institution to for those same business owners to get that same opportunity as our counterparts are able to get.
Yeah. So with this, I've been able to understand that BBIF stands in the gap, and with BBIF, you can get access to those opportunities faster, and you can be sure that you're going to be placed as a priority. So
Yes.
kudos to you for stepping in front of things and saying that I want to take this to my audience. I want to take this to the people who I am serving. And
Hmm.
this is really insightful. So I know
Yes.
you've said that this BBIF has been in the business for over 30 years, and
Hmm.
you started doing this for 4 years. So in
Yes.
those 30 and 4 years that you've been doing this, I want to know what has been your biggest win working with BBIF and the work that you do in general.
My biggest win, honestly, is I'm a teacher at heart. I love teaching so much. I started financial literacy when I used to work for another financial institution here in Orlando, Florida. About 7 years ago now. And when I started financial literacy itself, I was actually teaching on the University of Central Florida's campus. The name of the credit union is Fairwinds Credit Union. And they allowed me the opportunity while working with them full time to speak to the students, various organizations about personal finance. And my growth in learning and mastering personal finance led me into the business realm itself, in which BBIF took me under their wing to develop me to really speak to the audiences, now adults, and business owners about personal finance, business finance, etc. And that
Mhm.
growth has allowed me to be well known throughout the state of Florida, but mainly here in Central Florida. Some
Mhm.
other states nationally, because a lot of people join our virtual discussions every month that
Yeah.
we have them, and allowed me to earn accolades. Last year, I was on, I think I was able to get like maybe two or three accolades for sure with the type of work that I've been doing. So I'm very much very grateful for the opportunity that BBIF has allowed me to have.
Okay. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. We've been able to follow your journey and what exactly it is that you do with BBIF. It's wonderful to see how something like teaching can transcend between careers. You did it before, you found that that's something that you really enjoy doing, and it's
Yeah.
something that you've managed to bring into this new space that you found yourself in.
Hmm.
I know that our listeners are all engaged. They are all looking forward to what you have to share in person at the event coming up on October 18th. Now,
Hmm.
I would like to move to asking you the question. Do you have any offers? Do you want to share how our audience can connect with you, can talk to you, can get to know your services better? And to everyone who is listening and watching, as he states those, you're also going to find it in the description box of this video. So do well to listen. And if you still don't get it, you're going to get it in the comment section. Thank you.
Yeah. They can find BBIF. We mainly have offices here in Florida. We don't have a physical office in Georgia yet. But that's soon to come, sooner or later. Though we do have a an employee or a colleague of mine there in Georgia, themselves. He's our head of innovation. But ultimately, we don't have a physical office in Georgia yet. You can find BBIF at bbif.com or www.bbif.com. We're also on various social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook at BBIF. I believe it's BBIF Florida, or it could just be BBIF. More than likely, you can find us there for sure.
Mhm.
And for me, if you want to get in contact with me before I meet you all in Georgia in the next few weeks, my email address is kjohnson, K as in kite, Johnson, JOHNSON at BBIF.com. And I look forward to speaking with
Thank,
each and every one of you for sure.
thank you so much for sharing that. I have learned quite a lot, and I'm sure that everyone who is watching has done so as well. Um, I'm going to end this and wrap this up by saying we have a few weeks to the big event at Atlanta, and I enjoin you to get your tickets because we are here for that. We want to get you
Hmm.
there. We want to get you in front of people, get you in the room with entrepreneurs who have been doing this for as long as, for them to share their success stories, the tools they use to get as big as they are, and for you to get the information that you need. So if you're wondering why you should get it, look in the description box. You can get a ticket. Thank you so much, Karlon Johnson. It has been
Mhm.
such a pleasure interviewing you and meeting you in person. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Ann.
everyone. Thank you.